So what's the real secret behind every smart recommendation, every accurate forecast, every single AI-powered feature you use? Well, it's not just the fancy AI model, it's a hidden pipeline. Today, we're going to pull back that curtain on the invisible process that turns raw, messy data into pure intelligence.
I mean, seriously, think about it. How does a giant like Nike know with almost scary accuracy which sneakers are going to fly off the shelves months from now? It's not a crystal ball, it's not a lucky guess, it is a precise, powerful process. And we're about to break down exactly how they do it.
Okay, so first let's get one thing straight. AI is a completely different beast than regular software. You know, traditional software is all about code. But with machine learning, you're juggling three things. You have the code, you have the AI models making the decisions, and then you have this enormous, ever-changing ocean of data that feeds those models. And trust me, managing all three of those is the real puzzle.
So how in the world do you tame all that complexity? Well, that's where MLOps comes in. The easiest way to think about it is like a factory assembly line, but for AI. It's the whole system that takes a brilliant model from a data scientist lab and scales it up so it can reliably serve millions of people out in the real world.
All right, let's make this super real with our Nike example. Before they can make billion-dollar predictions, they first have to solve a billion-dollar data problem.
To forecast sales, Nike has to pull in data from literally everywhere they sell. That means their own website, Nike.com. It means e-commerce giants like Amazon. And it means every single one of their physical retail stores all across the globe. We're talking three completely different worlds.
And this, my friends, creates total data chaos. The data from each source is completely different. It's all arriving in mismatched formats, different currencies, weird structures. In this raw state, the data is, well, it's a complete mess. It's basically useless. You can't ask it the most important question of all, so what should we build next? So what does this mess actually look like? Well, from their website, they get pretty clean, structured data from their internal SQL databases. Okay, that's nice, but it's just one tiny piece of the puzzle. Then, from a platform like Amazon over in India, the data might come pouring in through a real-time API, and all the sales are listed in Indian rupees. That's a totally different format and a totally different currency. And then you've got the physical stores in the US, where all the sales are logged in their point-of-sale systems and recorded in US dollars. So you've got rupees, you've got dollars, you've got database tables, and real-time feeds all swirling around together. It's a nightmare.
So how do you possibly fix this kind of mess? Well, you do it with a beautifully simple yet incredibly powerful three-step process. This right here is the hero of our story.
It's called an ETL pipeline. And ETL stands for extract, transform, and load. I want you to think of it like a data refinery. It takes in all that messy, crude data from all these different wells and turns it into clean, valuable fuel that can power an entire company's intelligence.
Here's exactly how it works. First, you extract. You're just pulling in all that raw data from every single source. Next, you transform it. This is where you clean it, you merge it, you standardize everything into one single consistent format. And finally, you load that pristine data into a central system where it's ready for action. Now, of those three steps, I gotta tell you, transformation is where all the magic happens. This is the absolutely crucial stage that turns chaotic, useless information into a consistent, powerful asset. So before transformation, Nike's data for a single day might look something like this. See? Product 45A was sold in 2 different places, and you've got mixed currencies, like US dollars right next to Indian rupees. You can't just add these numbers up. It wouldn't make any sense. But after transformation, boom, everything changes. Look at this. All the currencies are converted to a single standard, in this case, US dollars. And the sales for the same product, 45A, are combined into one clear total. The data is now unified, it's consistent, and it is finally ready for analysis. So what's the big payoff for all this hard work? Well, this is the moment where that clean data gets turned into smart, confident decisions. With that messy old data, Nike's sales forecasts would be all over the place, totally unreliable. But with the clean, unified data that comes out of the ETL pipeline, their forecasting accuracy just skyrockets. Now they can confidently predict demand. It's a total game changer. And this isn't just for one little report. This clean data becomes the single source of truth for the entire company. It powers their inventory systems, making sure the right shoes are in the right stores at the right time. It fuels their marketing AI,
So the ads you see are for products you might actually want to buy. It's everywhere.
And that's it. That's the entire process, from total data chaos to crystal clear insight. You now understand the fundamental principle that drives modern data management. Pretty cool, right?
And that right there is the fundamental secret. The ETL pipeline is the invisible engine that transforms raw, meaningless data into powerful, actionable business intelligence.
So who are these wizards behind the curtain? You know, the ones building and maintaining these absolutely critical pipelines.
They're called data engineers, and their entire job is to design, build, and optimize these data pipelines. And the best part is, you can now explain the core of what they do to anyone. You get it.
So let's do a super quick recap. MLOps is about three things: code, models, and data. And that data almost always starts out messy. The ETL pipeline, remember, extract, transform, load, is the process that brings order to that chaos. And that clean, organized data isn't just important, it's the absolute backbone of every single smart system on the planet. So next time you see a perfect recommendation, you'll know the secret pipeline that made it all happen.